Hello viewers, I'm Simon Preston and this is Reggae Boyz commentary. We're going to talk about another player that has Jamaican roots and one that has been impressing so well in the English Premier League. Yes, you could say that he still has a bit raw talent in him, but it's been refined as he gets more playing time at Everton Football Club. Who is that player? Well, that individual is none other than Mason Anthony Holgate. Mason Anthony Holgate was born in Yorkshire, England, to Jamaican grandparents. He revealed this in an interview with Everton.com and about what he remembers about Jamaican culture, cuisine, the food, all of that, and he expressed a strong sort of connection with his Jamaican roots, and that is quite enthralling to see, as we don't hear from much of our players in England that were born to Jamaican parents or grandparents. We don't hear much about, you know, their connections to home, what they like, don't like, and all that. So that leaves me with my question to you, Reggae Boyz fans. Should we call up Mason Holgate to the national team? Just to give a little bit of background in towards him, he is 21 years old. He started off his career at Barnsley. He still has that Yorkshire accent in him, even though from time to time you can hear the Jamaican in him when him say "yeah man" and little things like that. So from time to time you hear that, but he has a very, very strong Yorkshire accent. It's very, very dominant in him. And then after spending a few seasons at Barnsley, he joined Everton. When he was at Barnsley, interestingly though, he looked up to Jamal Campbell-Rice, who, as we know, played for Jamaica at in many different games, World Cup qualifiers, in the Gold Cup in 2009 as well. So Mason Holgate, right now, he operates as a centre half, but in a back three, but can also operate as a full back as well. He is good with both feet, and he is a no-nonsense sort of player. He'll ensure to remove the sting from the opposition. So that is why I rate this player so much. The only challenge you could say is that he's in the England sort of setup right now. He has his under 21s. He's in the under 21s right now. Under 20s, he was part of that as well. But when you look ahead into English sort of player pool, whether at right back or centre back, there is a lot of depth. I mean, you think about it right now. Phil Jones is still only 25. He virtually has at least another half a decade to go at centre half. Chris Smalling, late 20s, yeah. John Stones on the horizon, 22, 23, thereabouts. And where centre half is concerned for England, I suspect Gary Cahill maybe has another few years after the World Cup. Phil Jagielka is still part of the frame right now. Axel Tuanzebe, I think he's going to be a dominant force for England moving forward. Trying to think of other centre halves that could possibly more involved. It's really a huge bulk of players that are ahead of him in the pecking order before an England cap. And then you look at the right back situation, where you have players, for an example, like a Kyle Walker in front of him, and the player at Liverpool, Nathaniel Klein, and John Joe Kenny, I think, another Everton player. I think he's going to make the transition into the England team in the future as well. So, as it stands, there is competition for places, and we know that already. Does he have the potential to play for England? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Am I confident that he can go and make 100 caps for England? I'm not so sure. Can he go and make his senior England debut? Yes. Will he do it in a competitive game, a World Cup qualifier? I'm not so sure, especially right now. Unless there is a serious injury crisis, I'm not sure. That is why I think that we should have our eyes on Mason Holgate, a player that can add experience, quality, and determination to our unit. Our centre-half pool is quite stacked as well, but at full-back, definitely an option that can help us reduce the amount of goals we've conceded, because a lot of goals that we have conceded, Jamaica that is through crosses, and by him nullifying the threat of the left winger or right winger, then or the the left or right left backs of the opposition team, I think we're going to go a far way with Mason Holgate in our setup. He's a player that I like with his potential so much. I think it is such a wonderful prospect. I've been impressed with him from the season before last, you know. I think it was the latter part of Roberto Martinez's era in 2015. Was it 2015-2016 season where he didn't play in the first team, but he was part of the under-23 setup and like that, but he eventually made his debut in the 2016-17 season, which would be last season, where he played about 21 appearances in all competitions, and so far this season he's gone 9, so definitely he's garnering some good Premier League experience. Now, I'm not saying that he should be called up right now. I'm not even saying perhaps the next FIFA window in February, but I'm saying let's keep him part of our player pool in part of considerations, because you look at our right backs right now, and even before we touch that, think about our centre half options. Adrian Mariappa, Michael Hector potentially, Damien Lowe, Ladale Ritchie, Jermaine Taylor, Alvis Powell. So centre half might be tough, but right back, there's options there for us. There is an option for him to go there. Challenge O'Neill Fisher. Reggae Boyz fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook page, Reggae Boyz Commentary. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @RBoysCom, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, Reggae Boyz Commentary.